34, if you feel like D.C. traffic is slowly draining your soul, you're not imagining it. A new report from Consumer Affairs just named Washington, D.C. the worst city in the nation for traffic. But it's not just about missed meetings or being late to dinner. Experts say the toll of daily gridlock can actually hurt your health, leading to anxiety, poor sleep, even heart problems. Joining us this morning is Dr. Lorenzo Norris, Associate Professor of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences and Chief Wellness Officer at the GW School of Medicine and Health Sciences. Dr. Norris, good morning to you. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
I want to start with the headline. D.C. ranked worst for traffic. I don't think that would surprise a lot of people, but I mean, this report says we're spending a total of 71 days a year in gridlock. Talk about how that correlates to our health.
Well, one, there's a couple of different things because people have been thinking about chronic traffic stress for a moment. Three things I want our viewers to think about: the congestion, just all of the traffic, the noise in and of itself. I mean, there's actually been studies and people thinking about this idea of noise annoyance. And then probably the biggest one that from my standpoint is unpredictability. You're trapped there, you don't know what's going on, and you just don't know how it's going to resolve, even with the use of technology at times. So those three things, amongst other things, contribute to chronic, and I think that's the key word, chronic traffic stress.
And what are some of the physical or psychological symptoms that you see in people dealing with this chronic traffic stress?
Sure. Well, you want to be just aware of elevated blood pressure, disturbances in your sleep. I'm particularly sensitive to anything that disturbs our sleep, as well as you can start to have other physical sensations such as a headache. So basically, it's a prolonged stress response. So these are things that you could see with any prolonged stress condition. But in particular, we want to take a look at those things that I'm paying attention to blood pressure. You may start to see changes in your breathing pattern. And then the other thing from a cognitive standpoint is if you start really dreading that morning commute. Those are some of the things that you really want to start to think about if they rise to really elevated levels.
And of course, when we see all this stuff, end up in physical symptoms, heart issues as well. I mean, how serious are we talking? And is this stuff that you need to be treated for?
Well, it is absolutely something that is serious, just like any chronic stressor that you notice is causing physical symptoms. Any chronic stressor can make any of your underlying health conditions, whether it's diabetes, heart disease, but I'll focus on my specialty, psychiatry, certainly mental health. So if you are experiencing this level of stress and you notice that, wait, I just don't feel well, this is affecting me throughout the day, this is affecting me as I go to work, you should absolutely seek the advice of a mental health professional or a general internist because it's a whole body situation. So absolutely, this can certainly, like any chronic stressor, can have effects on you. But certainly, if you're spending 71 days in traffic, we want to make sure that we're doing the best thing we can for ourselves and take care of ourselves.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. Are there any practical things that commuters can do? I mean, a lot of us cannot get around it. We're stuck in this situation, right? To reduce this kind of stress, anything they can do
Sure.
in the car on the way to their commute?
Sure. Absolutely. Great question. First, time management. If we can predict it, we can plan for it. That's going to give us a sense of control. Second, monitor that breathing that I was talking about. A simple deep inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, then exhale, 1, 2, 3, can do very good things, particularly if you let that belly rise. I don't like complex breathing exercises in a car because I want people to stay where they're at. Then the other thing is realistic expectations. All right. You can't control the traffic. All right. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself either to be someplace at this point in time or nothing or another point when traffic is like that. Give yourself a certain level of grace. All right. And then the other thing is in regards to grace for other drivers, particularly if you get bad driven, so to speak. All right. If that occurs, really do that thing that I just talked about. Take a deep breath and resist laying on the horn or rushing up and by the person or anything of that nature. So all of those things help you control your environment. And then also probably another one of my favorites is be really mindful of the music you select. Try to pick something that's a little bit more, it depends, whatever helps you get calm or stay in a nice mellow mood with that good breathing is always a good choice. So to each their own, but whatever you can do to control your local environment and make the best of the situation.
All right, great advice there, and a deep breath as we head into another work week. Dr. Lorenzo Norris, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
7:39.